Now let's discuss about how how fashion cycles are challenged by the fast fashion industry. Previously and currently, the conventional fashion cycle is almost autumn, winter, and spring, summer. So winter starts from August to January, and the spring, summer starts from February till July. So this is a 6 month type cycle. So autumn winter is of 6 month, and then spring summer is of 6 month. But there is a further division in these cycles. Now it's more likely 3 month each cycle. So total four fashion cycles are there. But when we talk about the fast fashion industry, the demand is driven by the young youth consumers. The young market from 16 to 25-year-old people are looking continuously for something new, something innovative. They have a immense desire to own something more beautiful, glamorous, something new, so they could actually have authority on their peers, on their colleague. So there's a continuous desire for authority, to look good, to show good, and everything like that. So to fulfill this desire, the fast fashion industry requires a continuous push of creating new styles, new trends. So for that reason, the designers need to work more hard. They need to design very fast. They need to come out with a very targeted trend that could actually be more connected to the youth market, youth consumer desires. So now when we talk about the Zara company and the H&M, the normal fashion cycle for these brands are 15 to 21 days. So every 21 days or 15 days, whenever you enter in their website or at their store, you will finding something new. So what happens whenever you are finding something new? You are continuously visiting their store. This makes the footfall very good. They have a high visitors at their store, on their website, as well as on their offline stores. This is a very good strategy to connect with consumers, their buyers, as well as selling the product at the higher profit. So what happens? The company makes product at a very rapid rate. So here they try to avoid the fashion buying cycle that we have discussed in our traditional fashion buying cycle, and the lead time. So we have already discussed in twofold NPD process. They follow the same strategy. Here the communication, the designing, the trend research, as well as the production happens at the simultaneous rate. So they are able to push the styles at a continuous rate, as well as they are able to put the product at the store in within a 20 to 15 days. So the main focus is placed on reducing the gap between the garment being designed and produced and making it available for the purpose. So what happens? The overall strategy, what Jara does is to produce the styles, the one style at very low volume. So suppose that there is a one style. So what Jara will do, they will be producing only limited numbers. For example, 10,000 pieces per style or 20,000 pieces per style. Rather than the conventional store, they will be producing one style in more than 100,000 in numbers. So what happens in conventional store, they will be pushing 10 to 15 styles per season, but in large volume. Per style will be produced in a large volume. But when we talk about the fast fashion industry, they will be producing 100 styles in a very few numbers compared to the conventional store. This is a very good strategy. This will avoid to the products the per style getting obsolete. So suppose that they have only 100, they have 100 styles, the fast fashion industry have 100 styles, but each style have only 1000 volume. So total numbers will actually match the conventional fashion store. But overall, whenever somebody visits at their store, they will be finding a lot of new style, newness, grace, the glamour to choose from. They will have the multiple options compared to whenever they visit at a very conventional store. They might be not finding something to have for their desires. Smaller volumes also minimize risk of obsolescence for retailers and reduce the fashion risk. So Zara and H&M kind of fast fashion retailers are able to produce the number of styles just because they have a very small team. They have a teams situated at various locations. They are able to translate the new trends rapidly, and they are having their own close knit manufacturing system. So as we have already discussed in our twofold product development strategy, the fashion communication and the production happens at the same stage. So this avoids the overall production process timeline. So this is how the fast fashion industry actually produce the product at a very faster rate, and their critical path is at very faster pace. Rather than 1 year, they are having the critical path for 15 to 21 days. Now let's discuss the product life cycle or the product diffusion stage. So the product diffusion or the product life cycle stage is like a bell shaped, where it's like a sine curve. Here the first movers, and then the early adopters, then the we have the majority, and then we have the laggards. So what happens whenever the product is introduced into the market, only few people start adopting the product. They are like innovators that we have already discussed in our consumer behavior part, in our walls theory. So basically here the early adopters gonna adopt the product at very first, then gradually it's start to pick into the market. So whenever the promotion happens, the campaign strategy start working, so people get to know that this is the new style that is coming to the market. So gradually, based on the influencers, they start adopting the product, and finally gradually it start to reach to the majority. People start to adopt based on what exactly they see around themselves. So they might be seeing their friends, they might be seeing their peers around, their neighbors. So they get influenced by them and they start adopting the product. Then once everybody had, most of the people have adopted that particular style, gradually there is a decline. So it start falling, and then there is a late adopters. They are not looking to take any risk. They just follow the trends at very later stage. So once they have done, then the trend start falling further, and then it goes down, and then their laggards, those as we have discussed in our value chain store. So basically they goes to supermarket, people buy over there at very low price. So this is the overall product life cycle. So whenever we talk about the fast fashion industry, here the products are actually meant for early adopters, those who are having the innovative mindset. So as we have discussed in our Wall's theory, that is value and lifestyle system theory, there is a first movers, those who are having the high innovation behavior. They love to adopt something new. They want to show to their peers, their colleagues. They are looking to establish their authority on them. They are the first movers in buying something new. So most of the people, those who are falling in this category, are young youth generation from 16 to 25 age group. Then gradually, whenever you start picking the trend, the most of the people might be still the young people, but they might be like from 25 to 35 age group. They might be adopting it at that stage. The late adopters are still, the products start falling into the price, then people are able to buy it at their price range. Then at the end, whenever it reaches to the store, like the value chain store or supermarket, people are able to buy at $4 to $5. They are actually going to buy that product. So this is the overall product life cycle. Now we're gonna move into our new topic, that is the fashion industry dynamics. Hi, so let's look into the new topic, that is the fashion industry dynamic. So fashion industry is divided into three major sectors. The first one is the primary market, secondary market, and the tertiary market. As we have discussed in our previous topic under the new product development, there is a single fold product development, and then we have the two fold product development. In two fold product development, we have learned about the requirement of the trend research at very early stage. For example, the chemical innovators, those who are developing the new chemicals, they require the color information so that they could actually develop the new yarns, new material for the manufacturer, so that it will be based on the latest trend that we're gonna look into after 12 to 18 or 24 months ahead of the season. The primary market is a market where the manufacturing of textile material components take place. Here we have a manufacturer for the material. Primary market is the starting point of the product development part. So once we have the all the materials, all the textile gets sourced from the primary market, it goes to the secondary market where the manufacturers lie. But in most of the cases, the large retailers source their own fabric, while many other retailers, they rely on the garment manufacturer to provide the suitable fabric. As we move to the secondary market, here we have the garment manufacturer. These manufacturers produce the garment, and then after producing the garment, it goes to the retailers. When we talk about the manufacturer, we have two kind of manufacturer. The one is ODM, original design manufacturer, and then we have the OBM, original brand manufacturer. ODM is a original design manufacturer company that manufactures the product, and it get utilized by the another company on behalf of their name. So basically they put their own label, they source the garment from the ODM, and they paste their own label and goes for the sale over the online or offline store. Then we have the original brand manufacturer, is typically company that sells an entire product made by a single company. Selling the product of the same company under its own brand just adds a virtual extrinsic value to the product. So these OBM and ODM brands manufacturer or original design manufacturer, they have their own team. They have researcher, they have trend forecaster for the analysis of the future trend, so they could actually produce the trend that would be bought by the retailers. So they have their own researcher, those who are continuously looking for the new cultural trend, new consumer insights, new market trend. After that, they have their own sales information from the retail buying department, and the fabric trend information from the fabric supplier is also taken into the consideration. Then after the manufacturing, the product goes to the retailers. Retailer lies into the tertiary market sector. So retailers, as we already know, they sell the product directly to the consumers. So all these market sectors are very important, and we need to understand their roles in the product development process. So all these major sectors, the primary, secondary, tertiary market sector, they attend the trade shows. So trade shows happen twice a year for the autumn winter and for the spring summer season. So in tertiary market, the fabric manufacturer, then manufacturer, the garment manufacturer, and the retailers, all these goes to the trade show. The major trade shows that we already know that they are Premier Vision, then we have Expofil, we have a Thanoi, we have a trade show that is happening at Turkey, then we have the London, then we have the trade show at Miami. So many kind of trade shows are there. One of the trade shows, we have a fabric trade show, then we have the garment trade show, then we have the material trade show, then we have the denim trade show, we have the accessory trade show, we have the jewelry trade shows. There are so many kind of trade show that you could actually find. All the people from different market sector, they visit to understand what is the trends that they could actually find over there, and they could actually get to understand the major trend for the design purpose, for the future direction. The major trade shows we have from Premier Vision that happens at the Paris, and then there's also Shanghai Premier Vision show is also happening over there. Since the China is a very big market for the manufacturers, for the material and other part of the thing, so it also goes to the Shanghai. Here the most important thing is that the Premier Vision publishes their own color report after the trade show wraps up. So here at the Premier Vision, we can find more than thousands of exhibitors showcasing their new materials, new fabrics, new yarns, and everything over there you can find, from the leather to knit to laces to cotton. And then we have exports, then we have the sports material over there. They publish the report based on the current season, the most dominating color. So these dominating colors are very crucial to understand the most important influential color that gonna shape the next season. All the visitors at the trade show, from the retailers, from the manufacturer, they buy those color directions from Premier Vision to evaluate the most important color. Then once this trade show get finished, we have the fashion weeks, the fashion shows that happens at the London, Milan, Paris, New York, India, then Vietnam, and then many other major cities from. Then we have Barcelona trade show, then we have the men's fashion week, then we have the women's fashion week, then we have the kids fashion week, then we have swimwear fashion week. So many kind of fashion weeks are there. At these fashion weeks, you will be finding the key direction that is actually getting set by the influential designer. So they showcase their new trends, new themes, new colors over there, new materials you could find over there. These directions are very important, since after the fashion week gets finished, you will be able to buy those items, buy those styles, and the designers gradually start pushing those styles that we have seen at the catwalk as the promotion. So the promotion starts happen, the media influencers, everyone starts writing the story about these shows, and then the campaign strategy start, the promotion strategy starts by the designer itself. So it's very important to keep on tracking these trade shows and the catwalk shows to get the basic and the most important ideas that what are the key style, key colors are actually setting the tone for the upcoming season. And one most important thing is that since the emergence of the fast fashion industry, actually they are overtaking the conventional fashion industry, the trade shows are now also shifting their time. So basically, if you if you look back for a 5 or 6 year back, 7 year back, Expofield used to showcase the trade show couple of months before the Premier Vision, but now they are showing at the same time the Premier Vision starts their trade show. So it's all about the competition. They are competing to each other for the best trade show, and so they could actually attract more exhibitors. So this is all about the our fashion industry dynamic. Hope you got the idea. Next, we're gonna move to our fashion forecasting part of this course. Thank you.